Yo, what's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger. We are back today with episode number 31 of my NCAA 14 Dynasty with the Northwestern Wildcats. We are in season number 2, week number 8, and we have a bye week. So you know what that means. It's time to do a little housekeeping and show you guys what's going on as far as this current season goes. Let's check out the top 25 polls to start things off. It's really strange. After that Ohio State loss, we stayed at number 7, and then we win last week and we drop back to number 8. So a little strange there. As you can see, we still have 5 undefeated teams. Ohio State is now number 1 in the nation. Texas A&M, I think, dropped, or no, they both were 1 and 2 last week. Actually, the top 4 have not changed. So Ohio State, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Oregon, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then TCU went from 10 to 5th, and they're now in the top 5. And they have a ranked game against number 11 Oklahoma State this week. And again, we're on our bye week, so we don't play anybody. But you see there, we are sitting at number 8, 2 losses, the only top 10 team with 2 losses. But I mean, there's no such thing as a good loss. But at the same time, we lost to Alabama, who is 6th in the nation, and Ohio State, who is number 1. So, like I said, no such thing as a good loss, but I guess that is kind of a good loss. So here's the rest of the top 25. And next week, when we actually play a game, we do take on Iowa, who is undefeated right now, sitting at number 20. They play Michigan State this week, so we don't know if they're going to win or lose. This week, hopefully they win, so they will still be undefeated when we take them on. And let's check out our conference standings. It's very, very important that we win our side of the Big Ten and get into the Big Ten title game. So right now we are basically a game or 2 games back on Iowa, 1 game back on Michigan, but we do get the opportunity to play Iowa next week, and I believe we do have Michigan on the schedule as well. So to be perfectly honest, we really need to run the table, get into the Big Ten championship, and then see what we can do from there. Let's check out the Heisman watch. I would expect Trayvon Green to still be on the list. Now, I don't know if this means he's number 1 because he's at the top of the list. I don't know if they sort this in any special way, but he had another great game last week, 27 carries, another 100-yard game, 127 to be exact, and 2 more touchdowns. Johnny Manziel, Braxton Miller, Jalen Walton, and Taysom Hill are the other candidates. Trayvon just kind of staying neutral there. Johnny Football had a pretty good game, 312 yards and 5 total touchdowns as they beat California 49-27. And I don't think the BCS projections are out yet, so that's pretty much it. We'll check out the league leaders real quick here. Trevor Siemian, despite the lack of passing, he's still 26th in the nation with 1,282 yards. Trayvon Green is now 3rd in the nation with only 885 rushing yards. So, and he'll definitely probably fall lower in that list now that we're going to have a bye week and won't have any yards to earn. Pierre Youngblood, 82 in the nation with 365 receiving yards. And C. Ellis, 31 solo tackles. He was number 1 at one point, so he's dropped back. Lowry with 4 sacks, ranks him 25th in the nation. And Jones with 2 interceptions. Nothing special there. Look at that kid from Louisville, Johnson, with 7 picks. That's a lot of interceptions for a college player. So there are our stats. Let's real quick check out the recruiting board. I think I'm doing pretty well in recruiting this season so far. We have some, higher 70 up rated players. I have a lot of guys that have already committed, which is kind of new news to me. I do want to sort this by overall, just so you guys can see. I'm going after strong safety Mark Simmons. Really tough here. I'm kind of cutting into that lead. It looks like Nebraska probably will get him, but I'm not going to give up. Another guard here, Brian Russell, a balanced guard. I'm very close to being able to get him, so we're still in the hunt. David Fontaine, we have the lead over Michigan, Texas, Florida, and Nebraska. and he's a South Carolina boy, but we're trying to get him to come to in Illinois, so hopefully we can land him. So those are some pretty good recruits. We've already signed Mark Lawson, a defensive tackle, Jacob Morris, a halfback, both 75 overall. John Paul Cade is kind of a late add-on here, but he's definitely obtainable here to fill a wide receiver position because we're going to have a bunch of guys graduate at the same time. You know, we're a two-back team there. Pardon me, my phone is ringing, and it's my wife, so I'm going to pause this video and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I'm back. My bad. Like I said, my phone was ringing, so I had to put the video on pause, but I kind of forgot where I was. I know I was mentioning Tariq Harris and that we're a two-back offense, so it'd be really good to land him and Jacob Morris both in the mid-70s, so he's definitely in sight coming from New York, though, so he's going to be an East Coast guy. Let's try to get him to the Midwest, if that's what Chicago or Illinois is. I don't know. Dan Miller, my first athlete. Somebody in the comments in a few videos ago told me that athletes are really useful. You can kind of place them wherever you want, so it'll be interesting to see what we can do with him. He's a 73 overall, and he's already committed. Brandon Welsh, a good cornerback. I doubt I will get him, but at this point, you know, it's worth a shot. We're in the recruiting battle stage with him. He is from Iowa, and it looks like Iowa State will probably get him, but we're going to give it a shot. Deion Ransom is one I really want. He's a scrambling quarterback. He's definitely in reach, so we'll see how that goes. And then I'll just kind of scroll through the rest. We did get Drew Slaughter, a strong safety, to commit. And then there's some kind of just mid-60, lower 60 guys. Eugene Moore, another cornerback, has committed, and Kelvin Jones, another cornerback, has committed. So we do have a nice crop of cornerbacks, defensive backs, but they're not very highly overrated. But we can always make them good players. That's what we're going to be doing at Northwestern during this dynasty. So that's about it for this episode. Again, we'll be back next week. We're taking on Iowa, number 20 in the nation. And hopefully I'll have some good news about maybe the recruiting in that video as well. We'll see what happens. But anyways, it's Popular Stranger. Thanks again for watching, for enjoying this series as much as I enjoy making it. It looks like you guys love watching it. So make sure you click that thumbs up if you're enjoying it. And we'll be back. Peace.